Hello everyone, it's Peter Harrison, and I'll be your host for this week. First up, we have a Catarview starring Nova by Joe Hudson.
Oh, he's got his bow tie in the front. He's so dapper. This one is Nova. And he's 8 years old.
Oh, he old.
He is. He's an old boy.
Wondering why he's so big.
He expanded quite rapidly when he's been big his whole life, basically. The story behind that is just I was the only person in the house who would play with him, and we got him over winter break when I was like 9. So once school started, I was like, I was going to school, and then after that I was tired and I just wanted to like do other stuff. So I stopped playing with him, and he just kept eating.
It just kept eating.
He just kept eating.
Just keep eating.
Just keep eating. Nova has beef with Sprite. The only other cat he likes is Hercules, but I don't think Hercules is here right now.
You know what specific
Guptons.
type of cats they are?
He was listed as like a domestic short hair.
And then where did you get Nova from?
We got this one from a local like pet supply store. They used to like breed cats and dogs, I think. But now they just have like pet supplies and stuff. But yeah, we got Nova from Guptons when he was like 2 months old. I would dare say that he was too young to be adopted, but we didn't know any better. But I wanted to get a gray tabby because I saw them on the website and I was like, I really want a little gray tabby cat. But they didn't like me. They were scared of me.
The
tabby kittens. Yeah, I went over to touch them and they shied away. But this one, he climbed up my pants.
That's great.
Onto my chest, and he would not let go. When I was like, okay, I want this one. When the lady went to take him and put him in the carrier, he meowed and clung onto my shirt.
Right.
It was very cute. He would follow me around everywhere when he was a baby.
And now, an author through time by me.
Adam Mangum is a published author from the 2000s era, and he has come back to tell us about his experience. Mr. Mangum has many titles, beginning with the Empire of the Peak series.
In Crosser, it's part of a series called Empire of the Peaks. It's followed by Wayward Flight. The third book is Crumbling Empire, Light of Moons, and then War of Three. So that's a 5-book series. Then it has a novella a prequel novella called Rebels and Assassins, so there's 6 total.
A children's series titled the Malsman Lake series.
An Eggplant Emperor from Another Dimension in My Brother's Closet, that's the first book. The Dream Queen and the Fate of Malsman Lake is the second book. Revenge of Main Street Antiques is the third book. The fourth book is how does it start? The Time Burrito is the name of the main thing. It's 2 friends and an old guy stuck in a time burrito. It's book number 4. And then book number 5 is the Interdimensional Zoo Heist.
And a new series.
The Blood Tree. And the second book is The God Amulet. And then I have a science fiction series called the Sycorax series that there's 3 novellas in that, and it's just wrapped into one book. So those are all the books that are published.
He has done many great things, but how? How did he start?
So I've always written my whole life. I love writing. I wrote lots of stuff as a little kid. So I've always enjoyed telling stories, either writing them or telling them out loud. I used to love reading good science fiction and fantasy when I was a kid. Wrinkle in Time, Ender's Game, Lord of the Rings. I loved these books as a kid, and I thought it'd be really cool to create books like that. I kind of put that away for a long time because I was focused on my career and other things, and came back to it, but I'd always wanted to do that.
But he wasn't so sure until his wife said this.
And she said, well, stop talking about it and go write one. So I did.
What about his taste? Is it as good as his writing?
I think my favorite book, though every year that probably changes a little bit, is A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I read it every year before Christmas. And I'm going to cheat a little bit and give you a second one. And the other book that I read over and over again is Dune by Frank Herbert.
But how? How does he come up with such fantastic ideas?
I don't really brainstorm. I always have ideas popping up in my head. I'll give you an example. So Pete Crosser I was trying to decide what I was going to write when I talked to my wife, and she said, "Hey, stop thinking about writing a book and write one." And our daughter at the time was going to an elementary school that had the word peak in it. And for some reason, I imagined this continent. It's almost entirely made of mountains like the Himalayas, just massive mountains with little valleys in between. And I started thinking about these peaks, and I'm like, well, how would you get from valley to valley? And one of the ideas I came up with was you could fly on a giant hawk, like, you know, they have those giant hawks in the Lord of the Rings that people make fun of, that why didn't they have them take them to Mordor, that kind of thing. What if you rode on the back of a giant hawk? And so that's how I came up with that idea. So I don't ever sit and brainstorm. I more just live and do things, and those, whatever I'm doing, provides ideas. So, I mean, the writing piece of it is I outline the book, then I have to write it, and then I have multiple revisions. I also have people that I call beta readers. I didn't come up with that term. It's really common for authors. And I have them read it and then give me feedback. And then I adjust the book, sometimes a lot, sometimes a little. But usually there's some adjustment after your readers give a chance. And then I send it to an editor who then further helps me make it better. I am working with a cover designer to design the cover and do all that stuff. And then I publish the books myself, so I formed an LLC that's my publishing company. And then after I have all of that material, it's actually pretty easy now on Amazon. You can just go and submit the book and kind of put it together, and then as soon as they've approved your file and all that stuff, your book is for sale on Amazon.com both. And I do paperbacks and the ebooks as well. And then I have hard books printed, but I only sell those at like in-person events that I do sometimes. So that's kind of the whole process in a very short version of it.
So many people, but how does he keep that large brain of his organized?
Yeah, so I keep like a Bible that I call it, and I write down characters, places, foods, music, anything that it starts happening in the story, I write it down. Now, unfortunately, I'm not perfect with that, so often when I'm editing the book, I will double check it with the Bible to make sure, did I write that down? And then a lot of times when I'm writing like the second or third book, I have to go back and make sure that it's consistent.
Mr. Mangum, what would you say to other folks aspiring to be an author just like you?
For people that want to write books, write. I've taught some classes, I've talked to people, I've taken lots of classes on writing, and I think the biggest advice I can give to people is write a lot. Brandon Sanderson, who's very popular, I took a class from him years ago, and something that he said stuck out with me. He didn't think he got very good until his 5th book, is when he thought he really started now he didn't publish those first 4. That 5th book was, I believe, Elantris, which was his first published novel. But he felt and I felt the same way. My Empire of the Peak series is very good. It was my first 5 books, kind of. And I feel like my Fractured Scale series, the one I'm working on right now, is a lot better because I've written a lot. The other part is you can't fix a empty page. So if you don't write something, then you can't fix it. Editing is super important, but you got to get something on the page.
Well, you've heard it here first, folks. Be sure to check out the books of Mr. Adam Mangum. Thank you for listening to the DTV Radio.
Next up, we have a Donavan interview by Lillith Rourke.
I've been in 2. The last one didn't practice a lot. They never showed up. They didn't really do much. I was like the only one that actually was legit committed about this, and I ended up leaving that because sometimes we'd practice, but it was like there was always missing members because they didn't show up, they didn't practice, and started a new band, 3 people. We actually practiced a bit. It was pretty fun. There'll be times during practice where it's pretty kind of boring, it's just lame a little bit, but there'll be good practices and bad practices. Fortunately, our drummer just left, so now we're just stuck with me and our lead guitarist. We're looking for a bass and a drummer right now. I'm the vocalist. I do some rhythm stuff, but I think we have a rhythm guitarist lined up for now. We try to practice at least once a week. Sometimes it doesn't end up happening. Without our drummer, we're now looking for a new place to practice because we practice at his place, and he got busy a lot, so that's another reason why he had to leave. And finding committed people. Some people, like, they want to join and then they cancel last minute. We've had that a lot too. We always debated on a name. Virtue the Vicious is kind of what we're going for, but like, we're waiting for something to click, like hit, just spark in the brain, you know? Because most bands have a reason for their name. Like Korn, Motionless in White, Slipknot, Linkin Park, all those bands, they have reasons for their names. So the whole experience is just, if you like rock or metal, any rock in general, if you like practicing and listening to that stuff, this is definitely a fun thing to do. Especially practicing with people, it helps you learn a lot more on whatever instrument you have. It definitely helped me a lot. I started with one finger and then I went from all fingers. There's times I'll get to play for shows, but we haven't played for shows yet because we actually haven't even made our own music yet. We plan to. Well, performing local shows, you also gotta be safe. Same with going to them. Like, if you're gonna get in the pit, just know what you're doing because you might get hit. I didn't join the band for fame. That's not really what my desire is. My desire is to perform for people. I definitely would do that. It'd be a lot of fun, but my desire is definitely mainly just practicing and playing and on stage with the band and all that too. I've been doing vocals for 6 years and I've been playing the guitar for a little over a year. I just want to give some inspiration out there to anyone's learning. Never give up. If you're playing guitar, just keep going, take breaks if you have to. Once you learn more songs, when you're getting a little annoyed of just practicing over and over again, just play that song for a little bit, take a break, and then come back. Same with vocals. Like if you want to learn how to do normal vocals, try to practice at least 5 minutes a day. Same with harsh vocals like metal stuff like screaming or growling or any of that. That's all.
And coming up next is a glimpse of corruption.
I seek to restore the safety and security of this country, bring peace to conflict. We will eradicate the violence in this country and finally give people a place where they may feel safe. We will continue to give everyone the support they need to continue forward and end the tyranny of crime we've endured for so long. No longer will the secrets of our government be held. Our schools will become a place of friendship, expression, and freedomhood.
Please help us.
It will be a service to the country, and all will share in the bounty.
Now we have some green screen projects from our animation class.
Hey dude, what the heck? Well, why don't you watch where you're going? Well, why don't you watch this?
camper truck.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to, dude. We've been playing this for months.
I know. I forgot it.
Did you hear that?
What?
There it is again. Did you hear that?
What?